This is the plaintiff, Antonio Alessandro. He says he and the defendant used to date, and they lived together for 5 months. She agreed to split the bills 50-50, but she never paid him a dime. She told him she'd pay him when she got her tax rebate, but instead took the money and bought an iPhone. Bottom line, she owes him $600, and he's here today suing for every penny of it. This is the defendant, Marissa Nicholson. She says their relationship began to fall apart the minute she moved into his place. That's right, he became abusive towards her, wanted her to do things that were against the law, and she got out of there as fast as she could. Bottom line, they had no agreement on splitting anything, and if anyone's owed today, it's her, because he stole her furniture. She's accused of not sharing. The defendant has filed a countersuit for $750, the cost of her furniture.
All parties, please raise your right hand. You seated, come to order, please. Litigants have been sworn, Your Honor.
Thank you, Douglas. Antonio Alessandro, you are suing Marissa Nicholson for $600, her half of rent, electric, internet, water, propane. During the time that she lived with you, you are counterclaiming $750 for furniture that he has not returned. What happened?
Your Honor, about a year ago around this time, we met each other 3 months after her mom was moving. So I decided, hey, why don't you come live with me, bring your son, we'll start a life.
How old is the son?
4.
And we made an agreement to split the bills, $350 from her, $350 from me. That's
and
all
that
the
was
expenses.
when? What month? Do you know?
October.
October. Does that sound right?
Yeah.
Okay, so go ahead.
And we're living, and she was waiting for her tax file to come in.
Is she working during that time?
No.
Big Lots for a week, and then she gave it up. But no, she promised the money, and I kept adding up every month that this is what you're gonna owe. She agreed to it. I have
Okay. Do you have
statements.
anything in writing, like texts or emails or stuff?
Yes.
All right. So we'll talk about that in a second. So according to you, you're each supposed to pay half, and then what happens?
Yeah, we got in an argument.
When?
St. Patty's Day, actually, the morning of St. Patty's Day.
This year?
Yes. We got in a little argument.
How early in the morning?
Very early.
Okay. And what was the argument about?
About me not getting ready enough in time, and then it escorted of me getting punched in my back. And
Punched in your back?
Yeah, he
Because
punched
you
me in my
didn't get
back.
ready for what in time?
To go to the St. Patrick's parade.
The parade. Okay. And then it escalated, and he punched you in the back?
Yeah, he punched me in my back, started throwing things around the house. And
Had that ever happened before?
there was one other incident other than that, yes.
And what happened in that incident?
He grabbed me,
And what?
like held me down.
So when he punched you in the back, did you call the police?
No, I decided to leave the environment because I felt fear for my life.
Okay.
And so I left.
And was
then-
your kid with you?
No, he was
Okay.
not.
Okay.
Otherwise,
Yeah.
yeah.
So what else? So you left, and did you take all your stuff with you?
Yes, that same day I did take all my belongings with me.
Did you like physically leave at that moment, right at that moment, to get out of there?
Yes.
So you didn't pack things then? You came back and picked stuff?
Yes, the same day. This whole thing happened the same day. When I left, it was the same day.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so you go back to the house and you take, some things, but you leave the furniture behind.
I did leave the furniture behind because I had no one to help me grab the furniture.
What's going on? What's your position on the furniture?
I never took it, I never stole it. It was
Right,
there.
no, the stuff's just still there.
Yeah, it's still there. And then she texted
Right,
my
and
brother.
according to you, did you ever ask him, hey, I need to pick up the furniture?
I did tell him that I want to get the furniture.
Do you have a text that shows that?
Yes. Yes,
Okay,
I do.
so I want you to gear up your text.
Okay.
And then I see a series of video chats. Who handed me that? So that was you who handed them to me?
Oh, the messages. Yes, my
You
brother.
actually handed me that? Because it makes you look very ungentlemanly.
Oh yeah, I love the woman. She takes care of her son and all that. It's just I wanted to contact her, work things out,
And she doesn't want you.
and I realized that.
Right. So then you proceed to, I can't even read them out loud. You proceed to say things about her personal body part. But, oh, you don't remember? Oh, you do?
Oh, I do.
Do you want me to show them to you? Oh, okay. All right. And you say these horrible, vicious things. She ignores you. Did you even see all that?
Yeah,
or is
I
this
did.
news to you? Okay. And then you turn around and you go and you finally you start realizing maybe this isn't the best approach. And then you're like, I've never felt about anybody the way I feel. And then there's all this desperation. Do you ever talk to him again at that point? You
No.
do, because you asked to have access to your furniture.
I did unblock him one time. This is where
Right.
the crazy came out.
Right?
Sorry.
It's a love-hate relationship.
I don't know.
It's not a love-hate relationship.
It became to the point where I left the key there. The police said leave the key there. I left the furniture there. At first, I was just going to leave the furniture behind because I was like, you know what? I'm out of the situation. I'm done. So, and then I was like to him, you know what? I was like, why don't you just sell it then? But because I went through emotional trauma with all of this, like he tried to hit me with his car on St. Patrick's Day.
After what you described?
Yes.
Tell me
And
about that.
When I came back later that day after the incident of he punching me in my back, he wanted to go back out on St. Patrick's Day, and he was already drunk. And he forced me physically to the car to drive him to the bar, and I said, no. First of all, it's St. Patrick's Day. I don't even have my license yet. I only have my permit. You're drunk.
So
Why
you're
am
not
I
an
going to drive
adult
the car?
in the car with me? Uh-huh.
Exactly. So, and then I break away from him, and he takes his car and he charges it at me. And this is why you're in this situation.
Are you crazy?
You put me in fear.
Don't
for
talk
my
to him
life.
directly.
Sorry.
So what, did you ever press charges against him?
That's why I'm confused. I tried to get the statement from the police officer. I tried to get the statement, and they were like, oh, we took this domestic dispute and we turned it into a escort dispute.
Escort dispute.
Yes.
What does that mean?
Like, they turned it into an escort situation.
Oh,
for me
yeah.
to get
You
my
mean that they
belongings.
escorted you in to get your stuff?
Yes.
Yeah, but there's
Yeah.
no. If there's a crime, there's a crime, period.
Yeah.
Press on it. Press
Yeah.
on. Okay?
Yeah.
Call the state attorney's office, call the police, ask for the supervisor, find out why they didn't, if you want to proceed. If
Yeah.
that's something you want to proceed with, then proceed with it.
Right.
There's no, we helped to get your stuff, so you're fine.
Yeah.
Either you misunderstood them or they are grossly underestimating what the situation was. I'm not understanding.
Mm-hmm.
Now, did you punch her in the back?
Yes, it was a mild punch. I regret
A
it.
mild punch. Tell me what a mild punch looks like.
And yes, it was wrong. I
Yeah,
should've-
but see, that only happens if it's inside of you, you see, and if you're able to be violent with someone. Other
Yeah,
people
she-
get
she
mad
was-
and walk away.
She was pushing me and stuff. It just.
Oh, she was pressing your buttons.
Yeah.
So she deserved it.
No.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Harvey Levin here. So, if you have a husband, a wife, a partner, whatever, and that person punches you in the back out of anger, would you give that person a second chance or would you leave?
I'll probably hit him back and then leave.
Okay.
I'd probably give him a second chance, depending on circumstance.
Okay. Anybody feel a little differently?
I'd give him one chance to get out the door. That's it.
So,
Otherwise, I might make a floor cleaner out of him.
okay, going inside the courtroom.
According to you, are you responsible for paying half the rent, electric, internet, propane, et cetera, et cetera?
I don't think he deserves it.
No, so, right, but that's a different
There's
question.
no written
I know there's no
agreement.
written. I didn't ask you that. I asked you, did you have a deal with them where you would pay for half?
I said I would contribute towards bills.
Did you ever say how much you would pay?
No.
And was there a specific bill that you would pay? All right. You're going to give her back all of the furniture. If there's so much as a nick that you create on the furniture after the sound of my voice, there's going to be a lot of trouble. Okay? How are you going to get the furniture back?
I could have someone help
How
me.
long do you think you need to set that up?
The most a week.
Okay. We're going to have that set up through a third person. I suggest that if you're going to go there, that you get a police escort again.
Okay.
Okay? Otherwise, you can send whoever it is and there won't be any trouble. So that concludes your counterclaim against him. He's returning everything, okay? Which I still never found from you a text where you said, "I'm not giving you your stuff back." Did you ever find that?
Did
you ever say you're not giving
not
her?
there, Your Honor. It's not
Let
true.
me tell you how I know that
There's a
didn't
lot
happen.
of
I'm going to tell you how I
paper.
know that didn't happen. The way I know it didn't happen, he was dying to see you. He's dying to see you. He's dying to have you back. So he would never tell you you're not getting your stuff. He's dying for you to come back and to get in contact. You should have seen the look on his face when you walked in the courtroom. Okay? So he probably didn't, but it doesn't matter because we're within, no one, even if you leave your stuff behind in a landlord-tenant situation, the landlord cannot get rid of it the second you leave. I don't see why, because you left it behind. Your situation is totally different. I'm not saying that about your situation. But it's there. It's not touched. You go get it. All right? And as for $600 of rent, electrical, internet, etc., that sounds... I saw a text that you had sent who? His cousin? Who gave me that? You gave me that?
My brother
yeah, well,
and
the cousin couldn't
yeah.
wait to hand it up. Did the cousin hand it up? How did you get it?
My cousin Sabrina and my brother Carmelo.
Okay, so remember, blood's thicker than water, right? So when you put that in writing, that I know that you owed it. I wanted to see what you were going to say, because in writing you told the cousin, oh, he's really mad at me because I owe him money. All right, so I do see that in the text you admit that you owe him money. Your theory is you don't have to pay it to him because he assaulted you?
Yes.
And what's your theory on that?
She was...
Ask him
it's
for
not-
it?
Yeah. Not asking, no. No, Your Honor, no.
That was a bad answer.
Yeah, that was a bad
Yeah,
answer.
that answer just cost you about $600. I find in favor of the defendant in the plaintiff's case against the defendant for the very reason that you defended. And I find in favor of the defendant on the counterclaim, but not for cash, for you making the arrangements and picking up the stuff. And if you say you need 1 week, that's what you've got.
Okay.
Have you two spoken since all this happened?
No.
You're done, right?
Yeah.
All right, because I know he's gonna reach out to you because I know he's smitten.
No, I found someone new, Your Honor.
Oh, that's nice. And what, a week? All right. And, but I'm just telling you right now, at some point, you're not good for each other. You're toxic for each other. And you need to think about your kid. You understand me? Move on. All right. Good luck, folks.
So the plaintiff loses his case. You know, you let something slip and it cost you.
Yeah, I know. It wasn't right. But she was putting her hands on me, and it's not right to hit back, but I just snapped at the point.
Yeah.
You know, bills aren't being paid. You're promising me something. You got to stick with it.
The judge thinks you're really smitten with her. Is that true? How do you respond
No, her
to
stuff's
that?
there. I never said
Yeah,
she could
yeah.
come get it, and, you know, we could be friends. Bills have to be paid.
Okay, we'll see. You're going to let her
Thank
get
you.
the furniture back, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
In good order. All right, Miss Nicholson. You get your furniture back, and also, you know, he did get the $600 out of you. So, how do you feel? You okay about that?
Yeah, he doesn't.
I'm sure you are.
Deserve.
This is over, as far as you're concerned. Is that right?
Yes.
Well, good.
Definitely over.
All right. Well, good luck to you.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
See that mistake, Harvey? Cost him $600.
Okay, I mean, look, no matter what the situation is, there is absolutely no good reason to stay in a relationship like this.